My name is Taylor Cook. It is February 23rd, 2026 at 5:36 p.m. and I am with Hazel Cook. Do I have your permission to record you?
Yes.
All right, and we're going to be talking about my Mammaw's testimony. So how do you want to go about it?
Okay, I guess first I'll tell you why I have to do it. You asked me at the beginning if I would, and I think I told you no, or I don't know what I told you. But then later on at night, I pray for different people, and I've been praying for a long time now. Lord, give me a chance to talk to them and tell them my testimony. And so one night I was praying, and right after I got through, it just hit me. You know, I worried about, well, how could you get to see all them people you got? I didn't figure I had enough time to go around and see everybody I wanted to talk to. So then it hit me, well, you know, Taylor's made a way. She's doing this, and if I do it on there, I can tell anybody wants to hear it. So I felt like the Lord had laid on my heart, I better do it. So that's why I'm going to do it. Anyway, I guess I'll start back when I was about 8 or 9 years old. We were going to a revival, and my daddy and Mama, they took us to church, you know. And I remember, and it's in the lower end of the county. I won't tell what church it is. Of course, the lady's done passed on, I guess. But anyway, after during revival, when they gave the altar call, I felt like I should go. So I went, but I really didn't know a lot, you know. I hadn't thought, well, really, I just knowed I wanted to be saved. So I went to the altar and got down, and I don't remember if I prayed or what, but I do remember a woman beside me saying, just stand up and say you're saved. Well, I thought, well, that's all there was. I wanted to be saved, so I did. I stood up and said I was saved. So, of course, my daddy and all of them were just tickled to death. So I went for years with that, but I can't really say I went for years thinking I saved, because, you know, I don't think anybody can really think they're saved when they're not. There's something in there, you know. But anyway, I went for, actually till I got married. And when I got married, I could see something in Francis that I didn't have. And it was a love for everybody and wanting a different heart, really, than I had. And we were going to church, too. So I began, I realized I wasn't saved. So I started to praying for the Lord to save me. So during this time, Francis and Hoyt Brown and Wilson Phillips were going around in the community visiting different people and witnessing to them and everything. And I think during this time is when Robert Beavers, Kenny's daddy, got saved when they went to his house. But anyway, at that time I had 2 small children. Well, one was just a few weeks old, and he worked all day, and then he'd come in and go. They'd go during the night, you know, out visiting, and he'd come in late, so he wasn't there. And I guess I got to wanting him to be there more with us and the kids, so I would tell him, you know, the other ones didn't really have little kids at home, and I thought he should stay home more. So, of course, he felt that's what the Lord wanted him to do, was go and visit. And so he didn't quit going visiting. And so one night before they left, I had told him, I wished he'd stay home more with us and the kids. Anyway, so I didn't know it, but before they would go visit anybody, they would pray and ask the Lord to tell them where to go, and who they should go see. And that night, Francis had asked him to pray for me, that it was bothering me, and that I wasn't there with the kids, and he really was enjoying visiting with others. So that night, while he was gone, I prayed. I prayed every night, every day to be saved, and I would promise the Lord anything. I'd say I'll read my Bible every day, or I'll pray every day, just, or do this and do that. Well, of course, he didn't save me. I was trying to bargain with him. I realized that later. And so I prayed that for a long time. Of course, nothing happened. But that night, I was laying in my bed praying. And I remember just getting to the point, and I said, Lord, if you don't save me, I'm going to die and go to hell. And at that moment, and I don't know if you call it a vision or what, but I seen it with my eyes. Jesus standing at the bottom of the cross, and he just looked at me and said, I did it all. So when I had prayed, I said, I don't know what else to do. And he just said, I did it all. And right then, I was saved, because I realized it wasn't up to me. There wasn't nothing I could do but to accept him. And I remember getting up out of the bed and kneeling and thanking him. But and then later I realized, what held me back was me trying to save myself. And that just don't work. It's simple to be saved, but you've got to get to that point where you realize he's going to save you, because he's done did everything for you. And so that's it.
Well, do you feel like you've changed since then? Since like when you first got saved to now?
I don't know till now, but then he just put a different heart in me.
Yeah.
Yes, everything changed. Before that, I would one of the biggest surprises, I guess, was these people I would see, and that we were going to church, and some of them, were working in church, and I'd hear them say things, or maybe see them do things, and I'd think, well, I wouldn't do that, and so I didn't really think they were saved. And after I was saved, I remember going to church and thinking, well, they really are saved, they're just not perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've changed. You have a different heart. You don't always do the right thing and follow what the Lord puts in your heart, but you definitely, there's a change. It's like a heart operation, really.
Yeah. Do you know, like, when I was interviewing and talking to Philip, he said he couldn't really describe the feeling of what it was like to get saved. It's just hard to put into words.
Yeah, it's just a relief.
Yeah.
Just and a happy.
Yeah.
You're just happy.
Do you feel like you have any, like, specific gifts or anything God's given you, as far as, like, that's impacted how you've walked with him? I guess, like, Mom's, like, she said she had a servant's heart. Like, she likes to help people, like, clean and stuff like that. I like to talk, so.
No, not really like that. But I know I love people more.
Yeah.
I always felt like it gave me a loving heart to love everybody. Before that, those really close to you in your family and all. But after that, you love everybody.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. I think that's good. I think you do. Thank you. Well, thank you for talking. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything?
Do what?
Is there anything else you want to add? Anything you'd want to tell people who, I guess, what would you tell Christians today, if you're going to say one thing to Christians?
Christians
Mm-hmm.
to have more love for people, more compassion for people. You know, I know we see people that take drugs, for instance, and stuff, and we say, well, you know, right away we put them in a different spot.
Yeah.
But you have to look at where they've come from. You know, you still have to love them. They may have been brought up in a home that's drugs is all they ever knew or something. So
Yeah.
I would say don't be fast to judge people.
That's a good one. I need to work on that. What would you say to people who are lost?
I'd say you can't do anything about what's past, and you really can't do anything within yourself to save yourself, except that Christ has done it, done everything, and all you've got to do is accept that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for talking to me and telling me. I appreciate it so much. I love you.